Welcome back to South Coast Radio, and today we're catching up with a familiar voice who we last had on the show in October last year when she joined us to talk about her beautiful song Mayfro Sonskine. And she's been busy since then, and we are excited to have her back with us to talk about her musical journey, her latest original song, and a very meaningful story behind it. Her new single is called The Pyltjie En Die Liedjie, inspired by the famous poem The Arrow and the song by Henry Wadsworth. And joining us once again is singer-songwriter from the Clan Karoo, Angela Kotze. Angela, welcome back to South Coast Radio. It's great to have you with us once again. How are you doing?
Hello, thank you. Thank you for having me. It's such a blessing to be here. I'm doing really well. I hope you are good.
Yes, we're all good on our side as well. Once again, it's really great having you with us, Angela. So, it's been a while since we last spoke in October about Mayfro Sonskine. What has the journey been like for you since then?
Well, it has been definitely a challenge. This year was a very different, like a lot of things in my life changed this year for some reason. I don't even know why. So there's been a lot of ups and downs and ups and downs. But here we are, I have my song, it's out there. The video is made, and I'm just so happy and grateful that it's now out into the world.
Wow, that's really fantastic, Angela. And so, looking back over the past year, how do you feel you've grown not just as a musician but as a songwriter and artist?
I just think like life experiences and things that happen, even if it's just small things, some challenges, some good things, it all shaped me. It all shapes and all, but it all adds to character development. So I really think I did grow and learned a lot of things and overcome a lot of challenges and achieved a lot of goals. So just make me feel good and feel like, I can do anything I put my mind to.
Awesome, Angela. Now, your music has such a strong sense of storytelling and heart. Where do you find the inspiration for the stories and ideas that eventually become songs?
Well, I do write about a lot of stuff. Sometimes I write about places that mean a lot to me. Sometimes I write about emotions that I'm having or something I'm dealing with that I don't know how to express or get it out there.
Yeah.
And sometimes some people just say, "Hi, Angela, how about this for a song idea?" And then I'm like, oh, that can be so cool. So it's so many ways that the story can be formed and the inspiration can be found anywhere. So yeah.
That's absolutely true and awesome stuff, Angela. So you're from the Clan Karoo, and that environment seems to play an important role in your creative identity. How much does the Karoo influence the music you write?
It influences it so much because I use everything that is here, the settings, the views, the beautiful nature, the community, that I always use in every single thing that I create. There's some sort of element from the Karoo, whether it's the community, whether it's the nature, whether it's the beauty, whether it's a story about the Karoo. There's always something there, and I don't know, it's just the Karoo has got like it's like a hoja. If it bites you, it bites you. Then it's over for.
Yeah. Awesome, Angela. So let's talk about your brand new single, The Pyltjie En Die Liedjie. For someone hearing the title for the first time, what is The Pyltjie En Die Liedjie about?
So the Pyltjie En Die Liedjie, which is the arrow and the song, is a metaphor for what you put out into the world. So the song talks about you shot an arrow into there and you shoot your song into the air, and it is for what you put in the world. It can be your words, your actions, your art, your music. You're putting it out there. You're shooting it into the world, and you never know how it's gonna affect someone, where it's gonna end up, and So yes, that is the biggest meaning and the biggest thing about the song.
Great stuff, Angela. And the song was inspired by Henry Wadsworth, his poem, The Arrow, and
Yes.
the song, like you've mentioned. What was it about that poem that spoke to you and made you want to turn its message into a song?
Well, so the song was introduced to me by my dad, and my dad means the world to me. He's been supporting me through my whole journey, and he's believed in me even more than I believe in myself. And he brought this poem one time to us and to my family, and he read it one year in Christmas. He read it for us. And then the next year, Christmas, he told each of us, me, my mom, and my sister, we need to learn the poem and say it for Christmas. And whoever says it the nicest gets a prize. And it started off like as a fun game.
Wow.
And then my dad, he read it at my sister's 21st, and it was so beautiful. And it is a poem that means very dear to him. And when he sent it to me, he said, let's try and see if we can do something. Let's translate it to Afrikaans and see. And then once I translated it, I put it into a song, and it just worked. So the biggest inspiration was my dad, and because he means so much to me, that's why the poem and the message and the whole song means so much to me. It just make me think of my family.
Awesome, Angela. And the song was inspired, one of the beautiful ideas
Yes.
behind the song is that we don't always know where our words, actions, or creations will end up. Why do you think that's such an important message for people today?
Because you don't know how it will affect someone. It can affect them very badly. So now you're putting something negative out there, right? It can hurt that person. That person will carry that in their hearts till the grave, or it will affect their way of how they see themselves. And and so now it's something wonderful and positive. That thing can literally turn someone's whole life around in a second. You don't even know. So the biggest message is that I just want people to put light into the world. Spread happiness, spread joy, spread good things. Don't put ugly things out there that's going to hurt someone. So that's the biggest message from the whole thing.
Wow, fantastic, Angela. That's really awesome and great from your side. So there's also a powerful idea that something as simple as a song or a kind word can continue touching someone's life long after
Yes.
we've shared it. Has there ever been a moment where someone told you that one of your songs had an impact on them?
Yes. So, it wasn't really. It was just like my content. When I was posting on some of my stories all day, every day about the career, about my songs and everything, and this girl messaged me from school, and we weren't really friends at school. We just knew each other. And she was like, oh my word, Angela, I'm watching your stuff every single day, and it makes me feel so good. Thank you. And I was like, what? We weren't even friends, and it was such a big thing for me because I'm like, oh wow, look how far my things are going and affecting people.
Wow.
So yes, there's a lot of moments, small moments where someone says something and I'm like, oh, I didn't even know, it was that big of a deal.
Awesome, Angela. Now, the song also has a really interesting visual story behind it. The music video was filmed in the Karoo town of New Bethesda, with locations including the church, cemetery, and references to the owl house. Why were those
Yes.
particular places important to the story you wanted to tell?
So, I know New Bethesda really well because my family, we used to drive, I grew up in Pretoria, and we used to drive to Witstrand, but we would first stop in Bethesda and then Carlethorpe, and then we go to the sea. And it was always like, that's how I knew about the town. And I tell everyone, we actually went there for the aesthetics. We didn't have a plan. We knew we wanted to go to the art house, but when we got there, we checked the map. We say, okay, these can be the cool places. And we were actually doing it for the aesthetics. But when the music video was done, I was like, oh my word, every single place that we stopped at, is contributing to the message of my song. And I only realized it afterwards, because when we just went for aesthetics and thought, cemetery will look cool, church looks cool. But then at the end I was like, oh my word, everything fits like with the message. It's crazy.
Wow,
So yeah.
that's fantastic, Angela, really. And the video also features animation showing a young girl releasing an arrow into the sky. What does that image represent to you?
So we definitely, my friend and I, the guy who helps me with my music video, Luther, we were sitting there and we're like, what are we going to do with this one? And we saw a few inspiration on YouTube of people using animations. And since I was not going to shoot the arrow into it, we thought we need to incorporate it somehow. And it was so nice that we used the animation to visually show people how the arrow goes and how far it travels, and then it affects another girl, and the other girl goes with the arrow all the way, and then in the end both of the girls, they're like, oh my word, the one that shot the arrow and the one that grabbed it, they say, oh, look where this arrow has gotten us, crazy. So yeah.
Wow. Fantastic, really awesome, Angela. And you also incorporated traditional real dance into the video. How important was it for you to bring elements of Karoo culture and community into the visual story?
It means the world to me, because when I moved to Calitzdorp 5 years ago, I wrote a song called Calitzdorp. But before that, I saw them performing in Bergdorp at some sort of talent show, and I was like, this is so cool, I've never seen this. Like, I come from Pretoria, I've never seen this.
Yeah.
And I asked them to be in my Calitzdorp music video, and they were, and then every single performance they were dancing with me, and it just makes it so much nicer to perform knowing there's this with your performance. And it was, since then they have sticked into my heart, the real dancers, and I love to use them in every single way I can. And not just is it good for my promotion and for my stuff, it's for them such a great opportunity that they might not have, you know.
Yeah.
So it's very, very dear to me, the real dancing.
Great stuff, Angela. And now you describe music as a being more than entertainment, as a way of sending light, hope, and connection into the world. What do you hope someone listening to the Pyltjie En Die Liedjie takes away from it?
Well, firstly, I really hope they feel good, because the biggest thing of the song is to make someone feel good.
Yeah.
And if they are feeling some sort of good feeling in their heart, then I know I've done my job. And maybe if someone listens to the words and they're like, oh my word, and it inspires them to put something also out there that is of light, that is of beauty, and that is going to affect someone in a good way. If it inspired someone like that, then it will be the biggest blessing for me.
Awesome, Angela. So if you could send one message to the person listening right now who might be struggling or wondering whether their words or actions really make a difference, what would you tell them?
I would say, don't underestimate those words and actions. You think it's silly, it's not doing anything, nothing's happening. You don't know who's watching, who's listening, and you have no idea. So just, if you're busy with something and you're putting yourself out there, and you see, it doesn't look like I'm getting anything right, it doesn't look like anyone's seeing me. Trust me, someone is seeing you, and just keep going, no matter what. Because someone, even if it's not 1,000 people seeing what you are putting out there or hearing what you're putting out there, if it's one person, then it's good enough. You are making a difference in this world.
Absolutely true, Angela, and that's really profound and awesome to hear. And it's also been wonderful having you back with us once again. I think there's something really special about the Pyltjie En Die Liedjie, because
Thank you.
You're welcome. It reminds us that we don't always get to see the full impact of what we put into the world. A song,
Yes.
a word of encouragement, an act of kindness, sometimes it
Yes.
travels much further than we realize, you know.
Exactly.
Awesome, Angela. Just one more question before we let you go.
Yes.
Where can the listeners follow your music and find the Pyltjie En Die Liedjie?
So it is on every streaming platform. So wherever you listen to your music, if you like YouTube Music or Spotify or Apple Music, you can just search it. And you can also search my name, Angela Kotze. In every single platform, you will find me. If you are struggling, you can also just type it in Google, Angela Kotze, and you will see all my songs, Pyltjie En Die Liedjie, the music videos, everything.
Great stuff, Angela, and awesome. Thank you so much once again for joining us on South Coast Radio. We wish you every success with the Pyltjie En Die Liedjie, and we hope
Thank you.
you're welcome, and we hope we'll be speaking to you once again very soon.
I hope so as well, because I always love being here.
Awesome. We always enjoy the privilege of having you with us as well on South Coast Radio.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
You're most welcome. And also to the listeners, there you have it, Angela Kotze and her beautiful new single, the Pyltjie En Die Liedjie. Make sure to check it out on all major streaming platforms and enjoy.
The radio station you can't live without. This is your radio.
This is South Coast Radio.